Good evening, Craftaholic. Good evening, Karen. Who else have we got in here? Oh, it's not listing. Oh, it's not listing me the names. It normally lists me the names. Hello, if you're watching on YouTube. Hello, if you're watching on Facebook. It usually gives me a list, but it's not doing. Oh, Sarah Jane Kennedy's popped up. If you're watching, say hello. Janet McRae and Mountjoy says, howdy doodly do. I love that one. Oh, we've just missed my... I want to rewind. We've just missed my absolute favourite card. I'm going to have to replay this one just so I can go through it again of what is my favourite card on this one, because we've missed it. So, yay, Nicola Leishman. Yeah, the spy hole. Hello. It's such a clever idea, this. The software that does this is quite clever. It really is. So, good evening, Susan. Good evening, Carol. Good evening. Over on YouTube, we've got Sally Ann. We've got Deborah Smith. We've got Dave Jenny. We've got Erica from Giggleswick. Yay. From a very cold Giggleswick and no snow. I wonder how it's doing for everyone. I've missed it again, haven't I? I've missed my favourite one. I'm going to have to show you. So, no, it's not that one. That's my second favourite. I love that one that you're looking at now. Although I'm not sure which one you're looking at. Oh, no, it's coming up. No. Yeah, no, we've missed it. Oh, well, it'll be fine. There we go. Hello, good evening. Oh gosh, it's getting dark and I look bigger. Good evening and welcome to Midweek Deals. I'm forgetting what we're doing then. I don't do that many of these. So, we only do the Sunday night lunch and the Midweek Deals and of course Craft Cave Live. But I forgot what we were doing. So good evening, Margaret, Ruth. Mary Smith, Jude Tompkins. So good evening. What are you joining us for? You're joining us for Midweek Deals. Midweek Deals is a 1-hour show dedicated to, it's from Crafts 2 and the Art of Craft in combination. And it's basically to give you some amazing less than half price deals. So everything tonight is less than half price. And we've got some beautiful things. And again, we've not gone for bundles. I know quite a few of you like bundles. We've gone for individuals so you can piece your bits together. But remember, if you are making a purchase tonight, piece the bits together to go over £20. Under £20 in the UK, it's £3.49 postage and packaging. Over £20, it's free. So go for the free P&P. Don't go for the expensive. Don't pay £3.49. It's really not worth it. Go over and get more products and get yourself some freebies. So I don't know what everyone's weather's like. It has turned very, very cold here. The thing next to me is saying that it's 1 degree. I've had to turn the heating up in here. I know outside is very, very cold. We haven't had any snow yet, but I know they have had snow down in Aldershot and Frimley. And they've got to start packing up. So remember, the Art of Craft will be at the Kent show on Saturday, I think it is, this week. Let me know this time. So if you're going, let us know. But remember, the Art of Craft will be there on the Saturday. And Jane's doing a workshop as well tomorrow. So you might be able to do that one. Oh, thank you, Carol. That's very kind. Carol Hammond said she loves spending me Wednesday evening watching my demos. You must be mad. Oh, and our Brenda's made it. Yay, our little lamb's made it. And our Samantha Hughes. That's lovely. Right, I suppose I'd better go on to what I'm supposed to be going on to, hadn't I? And run through some of the products. Otherwise, I'll natter forever. But if you've got any questions you want to say, oh, Nicola's got snow. But I'm not surprised, Nicola. You are in Scotland. So I imagine you have snow pretty much all year round. Sam's coming up to your place next week. Well, not yours. He's coming up to Glasgow next week. So, but be very careful. So Emma's just said she's not getting anything because she's got quite a few doubles. Nothing that we've got tonight is a double we've not done any of these before. I did actually check that because I know we'd had a couple of weeks ago that we'd done before. Oh, Susan, are you going to Detling? I'm not at Detling, but Art of Craft will be there, which is the Kent show. So yes, if you're asking if I'm there, no, I'm not there. But Jane and Penny and Mark will all be there. So the first one is a fab embossing folder bundle. And I've got to tell you this one, and I've used it again on the samples. I've used it on this one. I love it on this one. This one was based on a one called, oh, Deborah's in Cyprus and it's 24 degrees. Very nice, Deborah. Yeah, it's not that here. Oh, and it's the Zoom next Saturday. Is that next Saturday? That's crazy. Oh, Nicola says Glasgow's only 3.5 hours away if the snow gates are not closed. Oh, bless. And it's trying to snow where Samantha Hughes is down in Grimsby. And it's very cold in the thing. So this is based on a folder that Couture Creations did many, many years ago called Tied Together. That was the most popular in the craft industry. So Crafts 2, as with a lot of other companies, made our own version of it. It is a beautiful one. So you're going to get this one, which is the sort of tied together. They've called it lattice. The dots, which is really cool. It's got like the big round Swiss dots and the baby's feet, which is a really cute folder if you want to make your baby's cards. But all three of those folders are just £6.50. So that is really crazy value. I've used them tonight just to show you there how that dots folder, I think dots folders are so useful. If you don't want to put something plain, use that. So we'll get that one. Oh, I've already put a sneak peek out, but I will put a post out tomorrow all about the Zoom for anyone who wants to do it. I will grab it out actually, because I've been looking through all the samples, because I've put samples. Our Nicola has made some absolutely beautiful samples for the haberdashery, and I've been looking all day and I can't find them. I've put them somewhere safe. That's the Zoom project. That is our Zoom project that we'll be making that, and you'll be getting this die. You won't notice, you won't recognise it, because it's an exclusive that we may not actually release now until next year, but I'll go through that at the end of the show. So that is our first bundle tonight. That is our first deal. So this is just £6.50, which is crazy. Our next one is a really pretty die, and what they've done this week is everything has been done individually. So everything has been done as an individual, so you spot which ones you want, and as it says on the banner, they're all half price or less. So it is very, it is really, really, really good prices. So this one, I love this. This is the set. Look at that. That shape is amazing, and you're getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 dies in this set. But that, I'm going to be demoing with this one because I think it's beautiful. Look, it's what Nelly Snelling call their multi-frame dies. So dies that have multiple frames in there that you can make. So that's making a beautiful frame, and I'm going to show you how to do that. And I've tied it together with that beautiful lattice embossing folder. And then I've also studded it with some pearls. I think it just looks so expansive, and the stitched dogwood. But this is my favourite card. I think that looks amazing. This has been done in the blues. So this has been done in our deep blues pack, and I've used all 4 colours. And you can see it's at different depths, which is why you're seeing little bits of white on the edge, which I love going through. Love that card. Really easy to make, because all you're doing is you're cutting 4 shapes through in the 4 colours, and you do 2 at a time. So it's really quick to do. So Carol says, I hope John is okay as not like him to be late. Who's late, Carol? Who's not in? You have to let us know what you're meaning there. So love that card. That's all made with that one. This set is just £5. This is a beautiful, absolutely beautiful shape. Really works so well. Oh, yes. That's really nice. Kath says that reminds me of Bargello work. Yeah, Sue Wilson did a great Bargello technique of offsetting that was absolutely beautiful that I loved a few years ago. And I've done that in a workshop. But yeah, it has got that Bargello look to it, hasn't it? But it's actually nowhere near, look, it's nowhere near as deep as it looks. Simple and easy to do. So we'll try and do that one. So that's our first die offer tonight. Our next one is the beautiful circle. So these are not all on the same board, so I've got to let's turn them over so you're not seeing. This is massive. This is my first demo. I thought this was gorgeous. Nicola, she's sitting on her hands as she went mad on card packs and dies on Sunday night. I don't blame you, Nicola, for going mad on the card packs. They were crazy price. It's the price I pay. It was so cheap. This is a beautiful set. This has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 dies in it. But the central die cuts you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 little individual small flowers in there. Yeah? So absolutely beautiful. But look, that looks so intricate. The detailing that Nelly's put on this die set is crazy. And there is 3 of these. I've only used 2 in this card. I've used more in this one. But you've got the most beautiful tracery and everything. Think this is a stunning die, and £10 is ridiculous price for it. So that is our sort of second die tonight. I'm going to move on to our next one. What have we got next? Next is that our butterfly? It is. So that's another board again. Love this one. I showed you this one earlier. So again, beautiful die with all these punched individual butterflies in there. Absolutely. Susan bought all the card and dies on Sunday. Thank you, Susan. We really appreciate all of the orders people put in, and we understand you can't all order at the same time. Go for what you like. You don't need everything. But absolutely beautiful. So this one is £6, and again, just makes the most beautiful card and makes the most use of those beautiful colours that we use. So this is using the Autumns pack. So we've got those, you know, the shades of oranges and browns. I just think it looks as if you've been so clever. So our next one is our ovals. So which board is that one on? It's not that one. It's going to be on our first one. Love this one. This was really clever. This has 3 separate flower dies in it. So again, you're getting a lot, but it's part of that multi-frame idea. So you're getting this, and this one's just £4.60. Oh, wow. So Jenny says she's watching me a rerun of on Hobbycraft TV at the same time. So this is, again, but look, with that embossing folder, I haven't quite got that in the middle, have I? I should have gone that way up. In fact, the card's going to have to be that way up because of the middle. But look what a beautiful, love, reverse loop. So cleverly cut. Beautifully done. So love that one. And again, that one is just £4.60. So many of them. Next, and these are all the individuals. So next here you've got the scalloped flower, which I've got on here, which I didn't get chance to, but an absolutely beautiful one. And this reminds me of the ones we used to do. Samantha Hughes got stocked up on the card pack Sunday night, crazy prices. All very good. And I think you've got a sneak peek, haven't you, of what we've got on Sunday, this Sunday night. So absolutely gorgeous set. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 dies in that. But again, you can make the most complex frames with that, but really, really simply. So I'm going to try that one. Oh, Samantha Hughes. So Susan says, hope Maggie's okay. Is Maggie not well, Samantha? Bless. I hope she is. And then finally, I feel like I've gone through so many. I made so many cards. Love this set. This is probably my second favourite out of these. Or third, because I like the circle. Sandra Simpson, what do you mean you don't need everything? I didn't need the inserts from Sunday, but somehow they were delivered today. Well, we don't. They're not needs, they're wants. But when we want something as a crafter, they become needs. Thought this was such a clever one. Again, that idea of 1, 2, 3, 4 colours. Use your colours. That looks like it's something knitted. In fact, I'm going to use this as a base to make something. I think this would make the most perfect card base for what we're launching on Sunday. So if you're watching, Sarah, and the dies you've been asking for nearly a year launch on Saturday night. Oh, Samantha, you'll have to send me some pictures of what you've made with it because you've got it before anyone else. So that's our last one. But this one, again, really ridiculous price. £6.50 for what is a hand size die is crazy. So really brilliant value tonight. I know it's getting towards Christmas, so I know we're all starting to be a little bit more careful. But you can't really go wrong with some of these. Where's that one? There you are. No, you're not on that one. You're not on that one. Oh, it's on the one I've just put away. Honestly, I'm not organised at all in the slightest. So I thought what I would actually do is, I thought this has got so much in it. Yeah. Oh, bless. Nicola did a workshop today for 11 ladies in the village. Mentally drained, I bet you are. Oh no, she's got pancreatitis. Finally got her into the vet. She's had 3 injections staying on steroids. Oh, bless. It never rains, but it pours, does it, Samantha? But that's your 3rd now. That's all 3 out the way, so everything next year will be fine. But this, I thought, was a great die. Sarah's here. Yay! This is a great die if you're going for just one. And I know that sounds crazy, but if you're thinking, oh, I want one and I want the really best value die that we've got, this is the one, because you've got plain circles, detailed circles, and they give you something different each time. So what I've done is I haven't pre-cut any. I've cut all my pieces. So I've cut all my pieces. So I will give a little bit of a sneak peek for our Sarah Jane. There we go. Yay. Love that. Launching on Sunday. I'm doing the videos from tomorrow morning, so they'll be going out from tomorrow night, hopefully. So all I've done is cut my squares of stock and made my I made up my card blank because I wanted to show you how beautifully these cut and how we do this. This is a technique how you'd look at it and you go, oh gosh, you must have used 2 or 3 different die sets for that one. That's not what we've done. So I've started with a piece of the lightest colour from the lilac pack, and I've cut this to 5 3/4 inches. Yeah, so, and I'm going to cut the largest circle in it. But I wanted to show you that we can do this with an A5 machine, and we can get, there's so much value in this one die set, and it's really, really pretty. So don't forget, any questions, guys, anything you want to know, fire it in either on YouTube or on Facebook in your comments. I like to see, what everyone's got to say. So basically, I'm using that panel. That's the one I'm actually going to use first. So now I'm going to take a smaller piece, and I've cut this to 5 1/2 inches, and I'm going to put it into space. And what I want to do is take the next die, because this is what Nelly's done that's really clever. She's gone as close as I do to give you nesting circles within this set. So, Jackie, flipping neck, John. Now I know I'm going to need those dies. The dies on Sunday, I think there's 4 sets. I will sneak peek them at the end. I'm just really annoyed. Nicola, please send me good vibes, because I have put your samples somewhere completely safe, and it's not where I normally put samples, and I cannot find them, and I'm getting really worried. So send good vibes through. I can't work it out. They'll turn up in the morning. That's usually what I hope so. So I'm just going to cut this one. But with those dies that we're launching on Sunday, they are genuine limited edition, because we weren't sure how they go down. We have not ordered thousands of them. So they are a limited edition. So if you want them, grab them. I absolutely love them. Our Nicola adored them and has made the most beautiful samples. Our I can see, I know where the box is as well that they came in, because I reused the box for Samantha's prize. Sorry, but they are a limited edition. They really are. Oh, cool. Can you send me pics just in case, Nicola, so I can have a good look? So I've gone the next layer down. So this is going to give me a twofer. But I'm just going to add a little bit of glue. I don't need to do that one. All right, cool, Erica. Hopefully on Craft Cave, let us know how you get on. I won't ask, just in case you're not happy with it. But I hope good luck. So here we go. Just going to put that on. But the fineness of that is just so strong. Actually, they will fit perfectly. They really will fit, absolutely. The new haberdashery dies would fit perfectly on with this. I keep looking. I just so want to play with them and do more. So what I'm going to do now is take a piece of our coconut white. I'm popping it in to give me the sizing, but again, I've cut it smaller at a 5 1/2 inch. And I'm going to go down to the next die, and this is a clever one. because from this die, you get 3 pieces. It's really clever. So I'm just going to tape that down. I'm doing it twice. I know they arrived and either you or Sam answered the door in bare feet. I'll have the pick. No, it was me. I've got them. I opened them. I know I've had them, Nicola. Just don't know where I've put them. I've put them away safe and don't know where I've put them. So, yes, they were delivered and they were delivered to me. I can even remember the packaging they came in. But here we go. Look. So, as I said, this die, really clever. And it's in this set here. Look, you get a perfect circle which fits your size. Fits with your others. Then you get this really fine circle. But it's perfect circle again, look. How beautiful is that? So you've got that circle. Then you get the one I'm going to use for this one. You get, which has then all of these, this beautiful stitch detail, and it all just hangs in. And of course we can, because Nelly's included individual plain circles, we can cut this out to make this into a frame. And we can cut this in to make this into a multicoloured frame. I've just come up with another 2 ideas while I said that. So I'm just taking the little circles out. But you can see now why I didn't want this pre-cut. I mean, a lot of the time I'll pre-cut pieces. But I didn't want this one pre-cut because I wanted to show you those beautiful pieces that you get. So, somebody asked the question, will they fit into last week's frame? Yes, they were designed to fit into last week's frame. And I think that has now sold out. So they were designed to, they were designed in that sheet to fit in there, and they fit in perfectly. So yes, they do. But I think that frame has sold out. So if you didn't get hold of that frame, have a look, because it might have already gone. But they will fit in the other frame that we do that's similar. So we have a similar one from Presscut that they will fit in there as well. So there we go. Perfect. So now, of course, look. Again, completely flat. And stick that in. Hello.
Hello.
Are you going to come say hello to everyone?
Hi, everyone.
Let me put it on camera and say hello. Sammy's come to say hello.
Hello.
Oh, they can all see your curly hair. They've not seen your curly hair.
I've had a very busy day at work.
He's had a very busy day at work, bless him.
And I'm
He's got all
still
his
working
curly hair.
now.
Yeah.
Not that my boss is watching. But
No, I wouldn't imagine he is, to be
I
fair.
just said to him, I said, do not have a go at me if I'm over-hours, which I already
Oh, well, we know you're going to be anyway. Okay, monkey. Bye. So there you go. You see. You get to see how Sammy is still alive. He's there. And if you've seen before, he's lost weight, bless him. And got curly hair. He's grown his curly hair. So, there we go. So, I'm just going to glue that one on. Oh, I'm really pleased he popped in, because everyone knows now, you know, he's not dead and buried under the patio. So, there we've got an absolutely perfect. I think that's just beautiful. Really is. And I'm going to go down another colour. But just look. How pretty is that? That's why I think this die is, if you're only going to go for one, if you're building up a bundle, if you're building yourself a basket, you want to go over the £20, go for this one. This would be my pick. Go for this one. Go for this one at £5. Because I love that one. I'm going to demo that one next. And then go for the embossing folders at £6.50. And that will cost you basically £21.50 delivered free. So you will get that delivered free to your door in the UK for £21.50, which is a brilliant price. Okay, so here we go. I'm then going to go down the next die in the set. Again, just laying the colours in. Really simple. So let's just run that one through. So you can see you don't need any skill, and that's what I like, is one good die will actually one good die set, you can make an entire project. So you can make an entire project with just one die. So you can see there we go. And then look. So that fits on there, or fits on there. And of course they can both fit in there so that you've got that pattern. So we've got a different look through. So again, I'm going to take another piece of white. And I'm going to take the next die in the set. And it's another one of those beautiful 3-in-1 dies. So again, just tape it down. I'm just going to run that one through. So remember, everything I'm showing you tonight are limited time deals. So we do have limited time offer. Once they've gone, they've gone. We won't get any more. We can't get any more. So once they've gone, that's it. They've gone. So you see there again, we've got that beautiful piece out and a solid circle. So those two can fit together if we wanted them to. Just love this idea. So I'm going to put this one onto this one. Just framed perfectly. And again, I'm going to go down, so I've got another colour again. So I've just cut myself 4 squares, one in each of the colour. So you could do this in any of those beautiful packs if you were able to get them at the half price on Sunday. So we're going to take that one out. There we go. Simple, but really, really effective. There we go. So there's our next level. So then we're, again, onto that one. So there's no waste. There's literally no waste of this one at all. So again, I've now got another piece of white. So let's just pop that to one side. Let's get that on there. And again, I've got the final triple die. So I'm just going to drop that one in. And we'll just tape that one down. And again, cut that one. So that's the final piece I've got to cut. And then we'll start putting this all together. And again, look. Love that. So the last piece just cuts in 2, giving us another shape. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 different circle shapes and frames that you get from this set. That's what I think so clever. And it's all in one die set. So again, a little bit of glue onto there. Perfect. And then we'll start to put this together. So I'm going to grab, yep, oh perfect, little sentiment that fits. No black, so I'm going to use grey. Let's grab ourselves a little square of white. And we'll stamp our sentiment and we'll start putting our card together. So let's grab the foam tape. Here we go. So I'm just going around that. Ooh, I don't know if you can hear the wind, but the wind suddenly started blowing up. Oh, Nicola says he loves the mat. Can count the measurements depending on where you put the card. I tend to count the mat during your lives. Yeah, so this one is 1, 2, 3, 4 inch square. These are 5.5. I use the mat constantly for that. And of course, nothing moves. That's what makes it so easy. That's why I love it so much. So now I'm going to go on with the next colour mix that I've done. But you can see, this is going to look really complex. But it's really simple. Can you do us a favour, guys? If you're watching on YouTube, can you just comment Oh, can someone comment? Because YouTube comments are frozen, it looks like, on mine, and I want to see if they are still working. So if you're watching on YouTube, could somebody just comment so that I know if they're working or not? And then if you're watching on both, let me know on Facebook you've done it. Facebook comments appear to be working, but YouTube comments don't. So thank you. Sorry. It's me just whittling and worrying. I hate to miss anyone's questions. I would hate anyone to feel left out. And now that I can see the messages on YouTube, I really want to make sure that we're actually seeing them. Oh, yay. Thank you, Susan Warfield. You've just said hello. So all I'm going to do is just pop that on like that. But that, to me, I'm going to show you this one forward. We've made that from scratch, just with squares. But how detailed and intricate. It's like a picot edge. I might have to nick that idea because I think it's lovely. So absolutely beautiful pattern. But that's done with just one die set. And that's what I find is so amazing. So what I'm going to do now is just glue this onto our card blank. So I've cut my card blank to 7 by 7. And I've matted and layered a little piece of white at 6 by 6. And then I've added on a little mat of the darkest colour from the lilacs. Oh, good evening, Howard, Sheila. Love that. One die set. But of course, we've still got all these pieces. We're still going to use all of those pieces. Because the one thing I didn't show last week, and I wanted to show you, was to make the shaped circle card. So I'm going to do that one. Oh, thank you. Yes, a few people, Susan, Leslie and Jen, have all said hello on YouTube. Thank you. It's working. I like to know that. So what I've got here is, I have a box. Now, I have my boxes. I pulled them out earlier, actually, in my little box storage, where I have my made-up flowers and my leaves. So there are all my little mini ones. You know, I've got everything, all the leaves made up that I've got left over. Thank you, Jen. So really useful. So I pulled some flowers out because I thought this really does need some flowers. It's such a pretty card. So I've got some leaves. I've got in white. And I'm using glue glaze to stick those on. I should put it in the right place so you can see it better. So I've got some leaves, and Nicola can probably tell me. I don't know which ones these ones are. Sorry. But this is one of those cards. You can make this in any colour combination. And it's almost pre-done for you because of the for the card packs, the 4 card packs. That's why this die was the first one I dove into. It's the first one I grabbed and went, right, no, I've got to do things with that. So I'm just going to add some flowers on in the lilac colours, but these are random. So these have come out of that box, or one of my boxes of pre-made up flowers. There we go. And then I'm just going to do is what I always do for that one is I always put my base down of my foliage, and then when I've put my flowers on, I think, right, do I need more? And I do. I need some more there. So I'm just going to put, there we go, a little bit more foliage on. But there we go, made with just one die set, just this $9.99 special offer die set. So that is a 7 by 7 card. Yes, it's got some depth, but not lots of depth, because it's been done with just using those pieces. So I think that's really is a beautiful, worthwhile die. That's why I said if I was trying to avoid the postage, because I'm cheap and I will not pay £3.49 for postage. I think it's crazy to. I would have that. I would have this die, so I would add this one in at £5. So I'd start with that £9.99 and this £5, so that would take me to £14.99. I would then add in the 3-pack of embossing folders at £6.50, which would take me to £21.49, and that would be a whole bundle delivered to you, which is absolutely, I think, is a brilliant deal. So don't forget on this, we've also got, you've then got all of these pieces left. So you could simply use the delicate pieces. I think they're just so clever. Just like this. So this, remember, is waste. So these are the waste pieces from that first card, because it's so different. And there we've got a beautiful second card. And to make a card blank for that, I was going to show you. So I did say I would show you this. It's just taking the plain circle. Take a piece of just your normal, this is 250 GSM Crafts 2 plain white stamping card. The flowers that I've used is the stitched dogwood, which is just that and the, the gerbera are my favourites at the moment. I've got really into this stitched dogwood again. The leaves, I can't remember off the top of my head. Nicola might know, because Nicola knows everything. So I've just left it hanging over a little bit at the top. Yeah. So you can see the die is hanging over a little bit at the top. Just on a folded piece of card in A4. I'm just going to turn that over. And I'm just going to run that through. And that will give me the perfect circular card blank. Sometimes happens when I use plain white stamping card. But there, so all you do is place it down, fold against one of the straight lines. Yeah, on your mat, open it out, take your rule, and on one of the straight lines on your mat, mark it. So draw it out, and then we cut that one off, which will make it then stand up. And then I'm not going to put this card together because I want to show you some other ones. Oh, thank you, Christine. Sorry, if you didn't see, Christine said, great shows on Monday. Thank you. I put a lot into those. So then I would build up the whole... Oh, I quite like it like that, actually. Ooh, I like that idea. It's all kind of coming from one angle. But that's using the waste from making that. That's why I absolutely love this die set. So I'm going to move on and move those over to one side, because I did say I wanted to do something with the other one I would add into my bundle. This is sort of my pick. I mean, ideally, and I am very lucky I have got them all. I would have all of them, because I think they're just all beautiful. But there's ones that will sing to you more than ever. Morella leaves, says our Nicola. Yeah, my absolute favourites at the moment. So I wanted to do this one. I've got all the pieces here. I've got a load of pieces cut to show you that sort of Bargello type technique. But what I was going to do is I wanted to show you how easy it is to make a frame. So I want to use this beautiful die here. And this is just £5. This is a crazy one. And I love a 2-for-1 card. Kath Roberts just said 2-for-1. I love a 2-for-1. That's what we've got. But you can do this similar with this. So I'm not using die number 1. Putting that to one side. I'm using die number 2. I'm skipping number 3, so we'll put that to one side. And I'm using die number 4. Okay. Oh, thank you, Crafter. That was lovely. I think it was very good yesterday. I didn't get to see Chloe. I really wanted to. So just put them together. So pick up your first die with a little bit of tape. Hover over. And a shape like this. I mean, you know, I'm never going to do a frame maker in a complex shape like this because it wouldn't do enough for us. But that's not quite big enough. So let's grab ourselves a bigger piece of white card. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'll try and do you another 2 for or 3 for by doing this. So I'm just going to cut this down to 5 by 7. And I should mention, Peter and I were talking earlier about doing we're going to do a special, I think, Black Friday weekend. So keep an eye out. We'll let you know, but we might be doing a special Black Friday of 3 days of Black Friday offers on new stuff. So keep an eye out for that. I'll let you know. So someone says, Zach, I77, hi John, great demonstrations. You're very talented. Thank you. That's lovely. Is Crafts 2 your company? No, Crafts 2 is not my company. Crafts 2 belongs to Peter and Jane, who own Crafts 2 and The Art of Craft. I demonstrate for them, design for them. I'm sort of the creative director. But no, it's not my company. That's why I love doing shows like this, because it makes no difference to me if you buy loads or nothing. As horrible as that sounds. And I don't mean that awfully. It's great that you support us and we really appreciate it. Nicholas says, so I will be broker if that's a word. Oh, sorry. Yes. Keep your eyes peeled for Black Friday. It's not all sorted yet. We're only just discussing it. So first of all, there's the bit of the frame I wanted. Yeah. But I've got a beautiful aperture now in a 5 by 7 card. So I can really start to play with that rather than just take it from somewhere random. So what I want now is a mat and layer for that. So I'm going to take a piece of blue card and I'm actually going to put it on top of there. So it's a little bit bigger, so it won't work the same way, but the waist will work. So what I'm going to do is temporarily put that on and then bring the dies back in. So remember, I did this die with starting with number 2, so I put number 1 to one side. So I know number 1 will make the perfect mat for it. So let's just put that into position and tape it down. No, Kirsty Sam doesn't work with me. He used to. But when Crate and Craft closed, it just wasn't busy enough for both of us. So he used to work for Crafts too, to do all the sort of marketing and things, but he left that in February of this year. So we don't work together anymore. So can you see what I've done is I've left that in place. I've put the next die down and I've put the larger one on both sides. Yeah. Nicola, I'm the same. Nicola just said both of John's stamping platforms are the best. I got rid of my other ones and they were dearer to buy. I bought the expensive branded one, the Famous Persons one, and I spent twice what I spent on the Crafts 2 one, and it's in one of my sheds. I've never used it once. It did not work there properly. And then I went to Bolton Show and bought myself the Press to Impress. And I've not looked back since. Really haven't. So you can see there, look. So now we've got a really simple layering, nesting frame. That's why these are always called multi-frame dies, because you can make the most beautiful frames with them. So you could do this, which is basically, for something really fine, you cut your foam tape really thin. I'm cutting it into 3. If you're doing that, use something like our titanium coated scissors, because nearly every time I've done this with other scissors, they've gunked up. These, look, just don't gunk up. Or you can just flat stick it on. So we turn it over, and I'm just going to move my foam tape around and shape it around the shape. So I'll do one side, then the next. Question. I've been using the tapestry frame maker. My frame was metallic, and despite using the craft artist glue, the rollover section didn't want to stick. I used glue glaze and gently held each section down for ages. So far, so good. What's the best way to stop it popping up? Right. The best way to stop it popping up is to use a little bit of power tape. That is the strongest glue we use, and I would use a little bit of that for now, and then whichever glue glaze or your super tacky glue for always. But if you put a little bit of the power tape on, power tape will hold things that are under pressure. So that will hold it for now. So that is your best one. Can you see there? Look. Let's just get it round the right way. There we go. It looks so beautiful and Eastern. And of course, then we've got there. If I go for that, there we go. No. There's the start of our second card using waste. You know, tag from that really well. What is the glue gel you use? I used to use the other one, but the smell is overpowering. I use ours, the Craft Artist 3D glue gel. It does not smell, Christine. Because the other one, no matter it says it doesn't smell, it does. I can literally, and there's hardly any smell at all. So that's what I use, the Craft Artist 3D glue gel. You can get it from the Art of Craft. I'm not going to be able to hold that up the right way. So it will be on there. Good morning, Michael. I think you mean good evening. But yeah, it is on the Art of Craft. So you can get that there. So let's look at that. Gosh, the time's flying. So where's my square? Oh, there it is. So what I'm then going to do, remember we cut it down. And I was like, right, so I'm not using number 1 or number 2. I've got a number 3. That fits in the middle. That's why nesting dies are so useful. So this is the 3rd size. So I'm putting that in the middle of my piece of blue. Yeah? And I'm just going to cut that. So it means it fits. I can then make an aperture for my frame to fit absolutely perfectly. So here we go. And then what I'm going to do is grab the beautiful lattice embossing folder, which is a 5x7, so it'll do the sizes that we want it to do. So get my plates for this one. So it's not a 3D folder, so it's base plate and 2 3mm plates. I've put a shim of card in just in case. So here we go. Let's just check it. Beautiful. So that's from that embossing folder bundle. That's why I said that would be my 3. Yeah? Oh, that's really good. Nicola says, I used that today in my class and the ladies were so impressed with it and no smell. And Karen said, I love all the glues that we bring out. Karen, we work really hard to get them right. And I genuinely mean that. We don't do them if they're wrong. We do them to solve problems. We only did the glue gel when it's changed. When the other one changed and started to really smell and I couldn't use it anymore. I'm really sensitive to smells. That's when we did our own. But you see there now, look. I put the glue in completely the wrong place. It needs to be on the outside. Use glue glaze for this, guys. Don't make the mistake I made. Good job I've got the mat and it will just wipe off. But there we go. But you can see there then, We get that perfectly. Let's get it straight. But we get that perfect frame. So I'm going to take just a scrap of the white and I'm going to stamp my sentiment, and I'm going to use the little mini press because it's so much quicker. And let's grab, if I can find one, yeah, a blue ink. Don't want to use black because we're not using any, because there's no black on the card. So there we go. Perfect. So let's just put a little bit of foam tape on to cut that. Oh, thank you. I'm so glad you're on Hobbycraft. It was criminal that the other channel never took us up. No, they didn't want us, but that's life. It's fine. So yeah, hopefully we'll be launching things on Hobbycraft and things next year as they get sort of busier and stuff. So yeah, it's worth keeping a lookout. I don't think we're back this month though. I think it's next month now that we're back on there. But they do want me to do the longer shows. They have asked me specifically to do the 1.5-hour shows. Oh no, Susan, I've got to order some more glue glazes on my last one. Didn't realise it was my last one. Oh, you do. You don't want to run out of it. It's a brilliant product, glue glaze. I know I'm supposed to say that, but it genuinely is. I wouldn't be. Well, you can tell. I don't know if you can see behind me. Let's have a look. Can you? Yes. So this is my stock. So when we're here, this is not a studio. This is not a studio as you would know it. This is my craft cave where I work. So this is genuinely where I work. The cards that I like that are randomly up and put everywhere. And it's a mess because it's a craft area. But yeah, this is my stock. So you can see there I've got 4 glue glazes in stock. I've got 6 glue gel and 2 more there. So I've got 8. And I've got 4 super tacky glues. I'm the same. So, you know, I buy those. I don't get given them. I buy them like anyone else. And so, but yeah, that's to show you that I worry about running out. So I keep a stock. But that's genuinely that I do. You know, that's my stock space. There's also, I don't know if you notice, I do also keep a little extra stock there in the corner where my head is. That's my little furrow bit. And I have a furrow drawer of my fear of running out drawer. But here, can you see? And again, I'm just going to use some 3D glue gel. Because this is the best thing to put your flowers on with. Genuinely is the best thing to add your flowers on with. Because they stay where you put them, but you can still move them. So I'm just going to put 3 flowers on, and they'll go over any height. And if it's not right, you can pull them off and reposition them. You're not going to pull the card because it takes a little while to dry. But you can see there how, again, and I've got that beautiful embossed surface on it. Oh yeah, that looks lovely with that embossing folder. That's why I said that would be my pick. But I love that little, again, it's almost very, very Eastern. Yeah. Any news on when Hobbycraft will be on Sky? Yes, Pamela, it will be on Sky on the 1st, on channel 672, on the 1st of December. So when I was in there on Monday, they got confirmation through. Gay, love this sentiment, John. Wish it was available. I might redo that sentiment with a slightly different font. I'm looking at doing for January some new sentiments. So if there are any of my sentiments you want, or some sentiments that you think of, please, can you email them in to me or private message me with them? Julie Templeton, having been on several design teams over the years, I've used a lot of big brand name products. She has. Our Julie has. I've known Julie for 10, 11 years, and she's been on some very, very big name teams. And she said, a lot of big name brands, and Craft Artist and products by Craft 2s are the best on the market. Thank you. And I've got to say, we have never sent Julie any free glues or any free anything like that. Yeah, for her to say that over the stuff that she's got sent free that she's had to buy herself, that's really a good thing. So, does our Sam miss crafting? He does a little bit. Yeah, he does a little bit. He does miss his crafting. His desk hasn't been used in so long, but you know, that's life. We all do what we have to do, don't we? So, sorry guys, that I can't believe where the time's gone. If you can, join me in 5 minutes time over on John Next Door Official, or still here on the same YouTube channel for Craft Cave Live. We'll be doing it all over again for another hour of just demonstrations. But please, I feel like a podcaster. Please visit our sponsor, The Art of Craft. But remember, all the products I've used tonight have all been half price or less and a limited offer. And if you're putting yourself a bundle, go for that one at £5 I've just done. Certainly go for the £9.99 circle, because that card is the fact that you can make a twofer. And do you know what? It's one of the nicest cards I've made in ages, that one. I love that. But also have a look at those folders. But remember, there's some amazing pieces on there. So thank you for joining me tonight. I hope you can join me on... I'm trying to find those out now. Where are we? Haberdashery. I hope you can join me on Sunday night for the launch of our new insert dies. Look, told you they got new packaging. So insert dies. So this is your sneak peek of the haberdashery. So there's 4 sets, and then we've got a brilliant black cross stitch stamp to go with it and stuff. Love these. Everyone's gone mad over them. So they will be launching on Sunday night at 6 o'clock. If you can join me live and exclusively here on The Art of Craft. They won't be available anywhere else at first, and we have got a limited stock of them. But hopefully I can see you all in 5 minutes over on Craft Cave Live, and we can have a little bit more of a gossip, and that's on John Next Door Official. And remember, if you're not on the John Next Door Official page, please click over there, search it. Please click to follow, because the number of followers means that we get a better ranking, and it means that apparently that's why sometimes the Facebook lives don't work as well, because we don't have as many. The group doesn't get a priority because it's not as big as it used to be. So that's the best thing. But I will see you in